scraper slats. Couldn't think of it for a second there. So just outside the cubicles. Hello and welcome again to Sullivan's Farm. Few jobs done over the last week or two around the yard and out in the field, so we'll have a quick look at them. There's one of the first jobs done anyway, the last 2 weeks there. We got the first cut of silage done, mostly from this field here and another paddock in the distance, and we got 98 bales from about 10 acres, so whatever that is, 9.8 bales an acre. Happy enough with that. Not too many, but not too few either. And the crows have been staying away so far as well. Put these tyres up on top. I can't remember who told me or where I saw it going on, but apparently that gives the crows something to stand on, and it stops them standing on the bales then. But so far so good anyway. Ask me again in, I suppose, 6 months time and I'll know then whether it's working or not. So we have a bit of grease on more of them. It's kind of a bit of research as much as anything else to see if the tyres keep the crows away or the grease keeps the crows away, or nothing keeps the crows away. But either way, they're staying away so far anyway. We've got a bit of slurry out on the 10 acres as well, and all going well, we'll cut another 10 acres there in about 6 weeks time. There's a few other paddocks, just go under this wire, a few other paddocks they are stopped as well, so I'm aiming for around 200 bales. We won't need them all this winter, but if I can build up a bank of it for the following winter, it would all help. So it will. We'll get into why I needed the following winter, not this winter, in some other video. But yeah, we'll see. We'll cut it now while the grass is growing. Grass isn't growing great at the moment. The evenings are cold, the mornings are cold. There's an old north wind there that cuts you too. So we'll manage it all yet though. The biggest job on the building side of things in the last while is that the slats have been put on. Probably nearly 2 weeks ago now. And we started backfilling again. John Behan and Petey and JJ are back again to fill around by the slats. And yeah, as I said, it was a local man, Quan Butler, with Corbett Concrete, who sorted out the slats for us. So that is them. What I got as well are these, I think they're called scraper slats. Couldn't think of it for a second there. So just outside the cubicles there, and same thing over here again. More scraper slats. There was an extra couple of quid involved for them, but the theory is they will take the slurry and the stuff down into the tanks quicker because they're at that angle more so than the perpendicular angle, and that ultimately the cows will be a bit cleaner as well. The yard then is slowly starting to take shape now that the backfilling is happening. As I said before, this is where we'll put the bales. We might get the second cut bales down here. That's where the cows will walk in along the slats there, and this is the yard, the holding yard, going into the parlour there. So we'll start that soon too. One thing to show you over in the corner here as well now, JJ knocked a hole in a ditch and did a bit of tidying over here before he went away this evening, and this is where the cows are going to walk in. I think I was showing you before where the new roadway is going to go down by the trees here. So this is where the gap is now, where it wasn't before. We'll be going straight out into that field and taking a turn down to the right, and cows will be walking in that way. So we'll see what it looks like. Nice bit of clay there, but we'll put a kind of a, whatever the cover is needed on that to help the cows' feet as when we get to that stage too. So they'll walk in up here from down alongside that ditch there out into the knock, the near knock and the far off knock. That's what your man calls them, isn't it? And they'll walk in here then. We'll put stakes and that kind of thing there. They'll walk in here then up onto the slats and into the parlour, and back out that way then again when they've their business done inside. Just looking at it here, like there's a nice bit of concrete to be poured yet along there outside the 3 openings, the parlour and the 2 cubicle sheds there, to get them level with or to get them to meet the slats there. But if we're going doing it, we're going doing it right. So we'll backfill that bit there the next day, tomorrow I suppose, and start getting set out for more concrete then. So sure, look it, if we're doing it, we're doing it. seeing as we're talking about spending money and more concrete, I'm changing my mind, I think, as well about the exit from the parlour. Like this, what we're looking at here will be the pit. The cows will be on that side and the cows will be on this side. And initially the plan was that I'd cut a slot in the wall here and the cows, would come out and move all that stuff, would come out this way and off back out through the second span, or maybe off out this door and off out that way, back onto the slats again and away to whatever paddock they're going to. But I've got advice from a very experienced man, and he suggested we go out that side. So we would cut a slot in the wall there, move that tank. That's only there for decoration at the moment. We cut a slot in the wall there. And the cows would then come out here on this side. So we might have to put in a little yard there eventually. But for the moment, wire and stakes again would probably do it. And then they could go off up that way where the tractor is, off to the paddocks over there, or back out around where I was showing you a minute ago. So, bit of design to be done yet. Now, we'll go off out where the new entrance will be, and it's deliberately at an angle because we'll never be going out and turning up to the left there. Cows will be always coming in from that side and turning in, or they'll be going back out this way and off down to the right. That's the plan. So we'll go down for a look at 3 cattle that are going to the factory, hopefully Friday, all going well. We'll have a look at the heifers themselves as well too. There's their fancy trucks. Jesus, they're after leaving a bit. Right. Anytime I check them, they usually have it all eaten. Like, they're getting nearly 4 kgs a day split over 2 feeds. But yeah, I suppose they're on good grass, and the weather is good. During the day it is very warm. So sure, look, we won't worry about it too much. As I said, they're going Friday, and that'll be the last of them then. 4 more to go October, November time. 4 bullocks, 3 Angus bullocks and a Frisian bullock to go, and they'll be the last beef animals to be finished around here for a couple of years then. We'll go out for a look at them here anyway. Grass has gone kind of strong here too, but I've pulled out the topper, so we'll do a bit of correction, as they say. What I've been doing this year is it's just common sense again. I should have been doing it the whole time. Is just topping the field maybe when they've about a day or a day and a half or 2 days left in the paddock, and they get that time out of it then, rather than leaving them out of it and then topping it. They seem to eat whatever kind of dead material you cut when it's left on top of the grass. So that was a new one on me. Sure, I should have been doing it before, but it's better late than never. I figure these things out. So here we are anyway. She's about to pick them. This one, I think I've showed you before. Wait till I go around. So the sun is kind of in the right position. Yes, we're looking at you. We're saying how great you are. She's a decent enough animal, and there's a decent flesh cover after coming on her too. She won't stand till we put the paw on her now, but happy enough with her. Hopefully she'll kill out well. And this one, for all the giving out, has filled out nicely too. Hard to see her there now, she's walking away, but for a one that was scrawny and I should have left her at the mart and all that kind of talk, she's filled out well. I'm very surprised. I'm delighted that she's filled out so well, and she'll cover herself when it is all added up. Third one then here is the other cemental one. She's alright too. For one that was coughing and I thought was going to die at some stage there last year, she's okay too. She hasn't put on as much of a fat cover as her comrade here, but you can see her there now. She's still not breathing right. She was never breathing right since she was a calf, but she'll cover herself just about as well. Like, in fairness to them, they're respectable. They've turned out to be respectable animals. But like, of the 30 I bought, 2 years ago in the spring as calves now. Like the best of them went last September, which is what, 8-9 months ago. So, and they left the most money. The others very respectable too, the ones, especially the ones that were gone before Christmas. So they would have been 20-22 months. These ones, these three now, they're closer to 27-28 months. So they leave the least, they've cost the most, and there's been the most work with them. And I guess the real downside is you're always going to have a few like that, which is, as I said before, that's one of the reasons I want to go milking cows. Now, I don't assume every cow I'll ever milk will be a fantastic milker either. But my theory is you just have a better chance with the cows to weed out, especially when you're breeding your own, to weed out the ones that don't suit the system or the ground or the farm or the farmer or whatever it is. Whereas when you're buying calves, you're at the mercy of the market, as they call it. Ladies, we will see. All going well. We'll have an update on how they killed out and what they made in the next video. I won't be sorry to see the back of them, but I guess one thing I have noticed is that it's an awful lot easier to feed them cubes and finish them outside than it is inside in the shed. So there she is. Head out then to see the heifers. They're doing a decent job, in fairness, on this field we call below the wood. This is the one that has all the docks. Multi-weed sward as it is now. We'll have to do something of a tidy up job on this at some stage, but in fairness to the heifers, they're eating the docks, which is great. Like, and again, it's an upside to the multi-species stuff. It's still little or no fertilizer being spread down here, and the grass and the docks obviously just keep coming, but the cattle eat the docks, so we won't complain too much just yet. Anyway, here are the princesses themselves, happy out, and sure, why wouldn't they? They're under no pressure, as long as there's little calves inside them all now. That's their only job at the moment. Here's the bull. I'm after getting too casual around the bull now. I see him in the distance, so I'm not going to go near him, but for the first week I was being very careful and watching exactly where I was stepping and all that, and sure, then I got a bit familiar with him and he was a bit familiar with me, so after a while, if he walked up behind me, I wouldn't get out of his way. But it was just a reminder. I was talking to a man there yesterday evening, and he was telling me there's been a couple of incidents up not far from us here, I won't say where it was, where two men were attacked by bulls. So it was a good reminder for me to be more careful around them again. So yeah, I see him in the distance. We'll stay away from him. Hello. Hello. Say hello. Boo. You won't, I suppose. You're only bawling if you want to move, isn't it? That's the usual crack. Same to you. Didn't any smaller. The Holstein ones are getting anyway, that's for sure. You say hello. No. They'd be all about you now if they thought they were getting a shift to fresh grass, or they thought you heard you rattling a bucket, something like that. They think they might get a few cubes, but other than that, once their bellies are full, they've no more interest in you than the crows. Just as I'm walking along there now, I'm checking the wire. We're into that time of year where nettles and stuff grow out onto it and convert it, but they're fairly clear so far. I'll bring down the strimmer someday, give it one little run, and that usually does it for the year. That's the heifers then. Pull the bull out about a week or 10 days time. Hopefully he's had long enough to get his business done then. He went in early, so he had a good run at it, in fairness to him. So we'll see. We'll scan him maybe a month, 6 weeks after that, and we'll get the real information then to see how many of the 26 are in calf. Hopefully they all are. You do it a bit of luck. So the last thing for this video then is this field here. This is where those heifers were with the Angus bullocks last year. They were out wintered on fodder rape here, and between weather and 20 other things, we're just getting around to power harrowing it now. Got lime delivered and all going well. We'll get the grass seed in tomorrow, and another 6 or 8 weeks after that we'll be in grazing it then. So things are moving on slowly, and sure, look, Rome wasn't built in a day, as everybody keeps saying to me, so we'll get around to it all eventually. That's it then for this video. If you have any ideas about the parlour or the slats or the heifers or anything else, the reseeding, throw it into the comments below and we'll talk to you soon. So hope you like the haircut. I'm all trimmed off. I'm going to a wedding on Friday, so sure, you'd have to be some bit clean. Herself will be all dolled up, so I couldn't let the side down. Sure, we might even have a few points at it. Mind yourselves and we'll talk to you soon. Good luck.